Hello everyone. So here we will learn how to solve quadratic equations quickly. So let me present some strategies and some tricks on how to solve quadratic equations quickly. So here are our quick solving strategies. The first one is spot the easy factor. So you have to look for patterns. Look for the patterns. So try to see if it is a difference of squares. Now, if you see something like this, where you have the x is squared and you have the constant is also it kind of squared, k squared. So if you have an x squared and a constant that is also can be squared, then it is a difference of squares. And it must have these factors, x minus the constant and x plus the constant. What about the perfect square? So here, if it looks like this, if the equation looks like this k is the constant. So if it looks like that, then it is a perfect square and the factors look like this, x plus minus the constant squared. So if you can identify those, although they look like a quadratic equation, then apply factoring. If you can identify the difference of squares or the perfect square, then apply factoring. Strategy number 2 is you use the quadratic formula directly. So when you cannot think of anything, if you cannot think of any factoring or factors, then use the quadratic formula. This is what I always suggest to my students. Now, when they ask me, how could you identify the factors of the quadratic equation? And I always suggest to directly apply the quadratic formula. Stop thinking of any factor. Just directly apply the quadratic formula. So if you memorize the quadratic formula, this is the quadratic formula, apply the quadratic formula directly and solve for the values of x. So stop wasting time if it is not really obvious. If you could not identify if it is a difference of square or a perfect square, but you know it is a quadratic equation, then apply the quadratic formula. Apply this formula and then solve for the values of x. So that would be, I think, the easiest way. The step 3 or the strategy number 3 is the sum product shortcut. So if this is your quadratic equation, that's your quadratic equation, then what we have learned, I want you to review the video that I have posted, how to find the numbers. So the sum and the product shortcut. What you will do is find two numbers, then when you multiply will result to this value, which is a constant, and then when you add both, it will result to a b, or the middle one. So I want you to review that video which I have posted on how to use the sum product shortcut. So once you have solved for that c, so whatever is that pair of numbers that would satisfy c and b, I want you to write the equation into something like this. So for example, the pairs are 2 and 3. So that those are the pairs of x. So the first one you write is as x plus 2, and the second one will be x plus 3. That's it, right? So x plus 2 and x plus 3. If you have identified it to be 2 and 3. So for example in here, so this is the given quadratic equation. Then we identified A, B, and C, which is the first step. Identify A, what is B, and what is C. And the next thing is we need to find two numbers. When we multiply it would result to 6. When we add it would result to 5. It would result to positive 6 when we multiply it. It would result to positive 5 when we add them both. And I always suggest that you have to prepare and make a table. So you list all the pairs here. These are the pairs of numbers. Then when you multiply these numbers, it would result into a positive 6. So positive 1, positive 6, positive 2, and positive 3, negative 1, negative 6, negative 2, negative 3. All these pairs would result and give you positive 6. But that is not all. So if all of them would result to positive 6, the next condition is that those pairs must add up to positive 5. Now let us check. Will this first pair, will the first pair add to positive 5? It is positive 7 because positive 1 and positive 6 is positive 7. What about the third one? Negative 1, negative 6. Negative 1, negative 6 would result to a negative 7. What about the last one? Negative 2, negative 3. Negative 2, negative 3. Although it will add to positive 6, but when you add them, it will be negative 5. So the first one does not satisfy. The third one does not satisfy. The last one does not satisfy. The second one would give me a product of positive 5. Therefore, the second one is yes. The second one indeed satisfies both multiplication and addition. So when you multiply it would give you positive 6, and when you add them would give you positive 5. So indeed, the second one is the answer. So that is why I always would recommend that you prepare a table like this one. So it would be very easy to spot the pairs of numbers that would satisfy both multiplication and addition. And once you have found those numbers, then you have to write your new equation like this: x plus the first number and x plus the second number equal to 0. All right. So problem 1, for example, here's the problem 1. So that's a problem. Can we spot if it is a difference of squares? Yes, it is a difference of squares. So when you see something like this, it looks like a quadratic equation because the highest power is 2. But it is also a difference of squares because you can actually rewrite it into this way. So 4x squared is 2x squared, and minus 25 is minus 5. So you can write it as 4x squared minus 5 squared, or a difference of squares. Once you know it is a difference of squares, this is the formula for the difference of squares. A squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. Therefore, this is a difference of squares, and that is a minus b and a plus b. And you set both factors into 0. So the first factor is also set to 0, and you solve for x. X is equal to 5 halves. The second factor, you also equate it to 0, 2x plus 5. And once you have equated it to 0, solve for x. X is equal to negative 5 halves. Now you have 5 halves and negative 5 halves. So recognizing the difference of squares will only take you 2 seconds. So the final answer would be x equal to 5 halves and x equal to negative 5 halves. So that is for the identifying the sum and the product. Problem number 2, perfect square recognition. All right, can we identify if this is indeed a perfect square? We know that this is an equation which is a quadratic equation. If now we see, oh, this is a quadratic equation, but can we identify a perfect square? When you see 9 is actually 3 squared, and negative 6 is also 2 times 3. So this actually matches this one, or x plus 3 squared, which is a perfect square. And if it is a perfect square, this is the formula of the perfect square, x minus 3 squared. So this one can be written as x minus 3 squared. So how would you solve it? It would be like this: x minus 3 squared, or x minus 3 is 0, is 1. X is equal to 3. And there is only one solution. And the solution is actually a repeated root. And you can do it in 5 seconds. So that is the value. X is equal to 3. It's a double root. So that means you actually use 3 twice. So x equal to 3 and x equal to 3. That is the value of the quadratic equation, x equal to 3, which is a double root. And problem number 3, you go straight to the formula approach. So the formula approach, that is a quadratic equation. That is for sure a quadratic equation. Step 1, assess quickly. It is not a perfect square. It's not a difference of squares. And it doesn't factor easily, right? So your decision is to use the quadratic formula immediately, right? Once you see it, use the quadratic formula immediately. It's not a perfect square. It's not a difference of squares. It cannot be factored easily. Then use the quadratic formula immediately. What you have to do is identify A, B, C. And the A is 3, B is 7, C is negative 5. Once you have taken all those numbers in there, what you need to do is apply the formula and substitute all those values into the formula. All right? And then continue and simplify until you have solved for x. And of course, there would be two values of x because it is plus and minus. 7 plus and 7 minus. So if you consider the positive, so if you have x equal to like this, 7 plus square root of 109, or x equal to 7 minus the square root of 9. And that would, of course, give you the final answer. X is equal to 7 plus the square root of 9 over 6. Now you can simplify that one, of course. You can use your calculator and simplify it. So you have negative 7 plus square root of 9 divided by 6. That's the first one. The second one is negative 7 minus the square root of 109 divided by 6. That would be the second value of x. All right, so what do you think is the best method to compute quadratic equation? What do you think? For me, the best one really is the quadratic formula. Once I have identified that it is a quadratic equation, I just have to apply the quadratic formula immediately without any thinking. I don't want to think of factoring. So I will just have to apply the quadratic formula. And the answers would be the same if you apply factoring. So just apply the quadratic formula. All right? Okay, leave a comment below or don't forget to subscribe. See you next video.